Has Mbappé developed that part of his personality and character? Was he a bit too spoiled at PSG? That is just the price of signing for the biggest club in the world. Real Madrid has been here before. Carlo Ancelotti has been here before. That is Real Madrid's league. The Champions League is what Real Madrid wants every single season. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Let's Talk Footy. My name is Shaheen and I'm very excited to be talking to you today. Now, before we get into the podcast, there's one thing I wanted to mention to all my viewers. Moving forward, I will be doing my absolute best. I will try everything I have in my power to be as consistent as I can and produce one of these episodes, one of these podcasts every Monday. So if you're one of my hardcore fans, you can catch a new episode of Let's Talk Footy every single Monday moving forward. Now let's talk some footy. If you've been following my channel for a while now, you know that I'm a hardcore Real Madrid fan. And I think it only makes sense to talk about everything that's been going on with Real Madrid, specifically or especially Mbappé. A friend of mine recently told me, Mbappé just moved to Real Madrid and, it's okay for him to not be as consistent. It's okay for him to not be flying at the moment, just like Vinicius wasn't in his first year or two at Real Madrid. And this got me thinking a little bit. That's true, Vinicius, as good as he is right now at the moment, or in the past few seasons, he did have a shaky start to his Real Madrid career. But the biggest and the main difference between Vinicius's start to his Real Madrid career compared to Mbappe's is when Vinicius started, he was super young. He was 18 or even younger. Whereas Mbappé is starting at the age of 26, 25. They're not in the same stage in their careers. Mbappé took his time. He stayed loyal to PSG, except for his last season where he really wanted to leave, but PSG wouldn't let him leave. But he was established. He had a great career. He won the World Cup with France, or for France. So they're at a very different stages in their careers, or they started at different stages in their Real Madrid careers, and you can't have the same expectation with Mbappé as you had with Vinicius when he started off. When Real Madrid purchased Mbappé or brought Mbappé to the club, they were thinking this is going to be something like Cristiano Ronaldo coming to Real Madrid. He's seasoned, he's older, he's mature, he has learned all the tricks in the world of football, and now he's going to come and deliver for Real Madrid every single game, game after game, just like Ronaldo did as soon as he joined Real Madrid. So that has been the expectation, I'm assuming, from Real Madrid, from the coaches, from the president, but also from the fans, and I can speak to this as a Real Madrid fan. So there is a lot of expectations from Mbappé, and there is a high standard, and he has to deliver. That is just the price of signing for the biggest club in the world. So that's one side of the story. The second side is I genuinely don't think he's doing terrible. I think he's doing okay. He's not doing amazing, but he's also not horrendous. Can he do better? Absolutely. But I think the biggest factor with Mbappe's performances right now is his confidence. He's extremely low in confidence, and this is really, really, really difficult to go through. I mean, look at Man City right now. They won the Premier League year after year, and all of a sudden, they're choking, they're struggling, their confidence is low. People are questioning Pep Guardiola and saying that he needs to be sacked. So confidence is huge. When you're low in confidence, it's really difficult to deliver. It's really difficult to stay consistent. And it's very obvious with Mbappe's performances, On the weekend, first of all, we're going to get to the Champions League game, but on this past weekend against Getafe, he scored a good goal. He scored a goal that you would expect Mbappé to score. But even after that goal, you would think, now he can be relieved, now he can relax a little bit, calm down. But no, man, the confidence is so low that he did get even easier chances throughout the game, and he had one or two really good one-on-one chances that he missed. And again, you could see his head is down and he's just struggling. The question is now, how long is it going to take? Is he going to be able to recover from this, and how long is it going to take? The coach, Ancelotti, the teammates can only back you for so long. Like Carlo Ancelotti has been solid. He's been backing him up in media. I'm sure he is supportive towards him in the training sessions. He's having those conversations with him. This is one of Carlo Ancelotti's biggest strengths, you know, as a coach, as a leader. He's going to be backing him up. The question is it going to cost Carlo Ancelotti himself? First of all, you know, he could be sacked himself if he doesn't start delivering in the Champions League. Like, we've seen this in the past. Real Madrid coaches can win the league, but if they're not doing well in the Champions League, that is Real Madrid's league. The Champions League is what Real Madrid wants every single season. So if you don't deliver in the Champions League, you're going to be under a lot of pressure. And even if you win the league, even if you win the Cup, Copa del Rey, you could still be sacked. So Carlo Ancelotti is supporting Mbappé, but how long can he make this last? Will Mbappé be able to turn this around? And we are all hoping, yes, that he will be able to turn this around. You know, not just as a Real Madrid fan, as a football fan. Mbappé at his peak is deadly. He is a goal scoring machine. He is, with his pace, his skills, running at defenders, taking players on, he's so entertaining and lovely to watch. And just as a football fan, you want some of the best players in the world to be at their peak, because you want to watch good football, you want to watch entertaining football. And we all want Mbappé to be at that level, to be fair. The biggest issue with Mbappé I can see is, maybe was he a bit too spoiled at PSG? You know, PSG were protecting him. PSG were giving him everything he wanted. He had a lot of influence within the club with the decisions that were being made at PSG, at the club. So he had a lot of power and he was being a bit spoiled. Did that affect him in terms of his character? Did that affect him in terms of, you know, going through difficult moments and being able to cope with pressure and cope with difficult moments in his personal life and in his career? Just like a lot of great players have gone through. You know, Ronaldo went to the Premier League, one of the toughest leagues in the world, and he had to leave his family and he had to build that character to never give up. Now the question is, has Mbappé built that? Has Mbappé developed that part of his personality and character? I hope he has. I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like he's lacking that. He's lacking that, you know, not giving up. He's lacking that thick skin as a player. And because the pressure is so much at Real Madrid, at the Bernabeu, when you're not delivering and the fans are on top of you and whistling you, it's really tough to bounce back from that. Now, to give credit to the Real Madrid fans, to the Bernabeu fans, they have been backing him up. They've been supportive, because I think Ancelotti and the club and the teammates have been supportive, because we all believe and we all want to believe that Mbappé is going to come and Mbappé is going to be able to deliver for the club. And I hope that is true. For the sake of Mbappé himself, for the sake of the club, for the sake of Ancelotti, I hope this is not a flop, and I hope Mbappé can turn things around. I really think he can, because like I said, I don't think he's been terrible. I think he's been okay, and he can obviously do a lot better, and he has to, in terms of his effort, in terms of his runs, in terms of his work rate, in terms of his quality, and in terms of his consistency, you know, finishing chances. Mbappé should not be missing open nets. Mbappé should not be missing penalties. Speaking of all this, if you look at the Liverpool game, you know, Real Madrid as a team collectively was not strong. And the reason for that is because the players individually were not as good as they should have been. And one of them was Mbappé. He missed a penalty that affected him. And because the team was not doing well, because Liverpool is in top form right now and just as good as they can be, Real Madrid struggled and they lost. Speaking of Liverpool, Liverpool is, like I said, they're flying. They just dominated against Man City and crushed them in the Premier League. So Liverpool is as good as they can be, to be honest, and Real Madrid is not, and Real Madrid needs to improve. Now, I just want to remind everyone, Real Madrid has been through this before. Teams, peoples, pundits, fans have counted Real Madrid out, have said no chance Real Madrid can win the league, no chance Real Madrid can win the Champions League. Real Madrid has been here before. Carlo Ancelotti has been here before. The players have been here before. So don't count them out. At the end of the day, Real Madrid is Real Madrid. And let's look at La Liga. They're only 1 point now behind Barcelona with 1 game in hand. Real Madrid has played 1 less game. And if they win that game, they actually go ahead to first place, ahead of Barcelona, 2 points clear off of Barcelona. So, and we're all saying Barcelona is having such a great season, Real Madrid is having a terrible season. Real Madrid is still first potentially in the league, in La Liga. Yes, In the Champions League, they're struggling, but like I said, don't count them out. As a Real Madrid fan, we can only be hopeful. We can only hope that they can come back and turn things around, and I think they will be able to. I think all the injuries are costing them. The absences of Vinicius now, Rodrigo just came back, Carvajal, Militao, a lot of injuries have cost them, and once these players start coming back, it's going to be a lot better. Obviously, Carvajal and Militao, they're out for the season, so they're not going to be coming back. But if Vinicius is back, if the front three or the front four, the midfielders are all on form, I think Real Madrid will be able to, do a lot better than they're doing right now in the Champions League. One thing that I want to mention is, in all this mess and all this negative talk and everybody questioning Real Madrid, there's one real positive thing happening at Real Madrid at the moment, and this is Raul Asencio, the 21-year-old center back that has just popped out of nowhere because Real Madrid is struggling for center backs with Militao and Alaba out, with Carvajal out, with Toni, who has played center back before, out. This guy just has come out of nowhere, and he looks right in place. He looks like he's played at this level for a long time. This guy is only 21 years old, and I'm going to be honest, I had barely heard of him, but nobody knew he was this good. I guess the coaching staff knew and gave him a chance, but he has got pace, he's got power, he has a really good understanding of the game. He looks like he's partnering really well with Rudiger. He's really good on the ball. He's able to distribute, his passing range is good, his short range passing is good, the timing of his decision making is good. So he looks really comfortable, and he really reminds me of Sergio Ramos back when he was younger, and the way he plays, he's brave, he's fearless. This could be the solution. Maybe Real Madrid doesn't need to go look at the transfer window and be too concerned, because this is sometimes how players are discovered, and when they're given a chance and they can all of a sudden perform, they can end up being a legend, just like Sergio Ramos was, just like Iker Casillas was at Real Madrid. He came as a substitute when the first choice goalkeeper got injured. So he looks promising, he looks really good. He looks like, sometimes he looks a bit too brave, but I believe he is a positive thing at the moment for Real Madrid, and if Real Madrid can continue supporting him, and if he continues to get the chances that he's getting, which he should be because Real Madrid has a lot of injuries, I think he can turn out to be a great center back for Real Madrid. One big concern Real Madrid looks like they have is they're missing that leader in the midfield, that player that dictates the flow of the match, the flow of the game, that is able to just slow things down during the game or speed things up with their smarts, with their quality, with their thinking and decision making. And this used to be Toni Kroos for a number of seasons. Once he's retired, once Real Madrid has lost Toni Kroos, we don't have that player anymore. And I think instead of a center back, now with Raul Asencio, like we said, instead of a center back or instead of a full back, the biggest focus, I would say, should be to find a player that has a Toni Kroos type of profile, that has the ability to dictate games, dictate the flow of the game, is able to pick passes, break defensive lines. Real Madrid is really missing that. All the midfielders that they have, they're box to box, they're just good runners or dribblers or powerful midfielders, with the exception of Modric. But Modric is more of an attacking midfielder. He's not that great to drop deep for two reasons, because that's never really been his position, and the second reason is he's not that good defensively, especially with his age now. He would struggle in that position, even though a player like Valverde could cover for him. But you also don't want to limit Valverde too much because of the qualities he has, driving and dribbling the ball forward, and being close to the opposition's box and taking shots and scoring and all that good stuff. So I think Real Madrid's biggest weakness right now is missing a player like Toni Kroos, especially after relying on a player like Toni Kroos for so many seasons. To me, that's the biggest area of improvement in terms of the type of player that they need to bring, in terms of the position that they need to strengthen in their lineup. Other than that, Raul Asencio seems solid. I think it's fair to continue giving him that chance to see what he's about. In terms of fullbacks, they've got Mendy, who's not performing well at the moment currently, but Fran Garcia seems to have picked it up a little bit, and he's a bit more consistent, and he's a bit more confident, and he's making better decisions, and he's more effective. So that's a good sign. I like how he's always looking to attack, how he's always looking to overlap. That's fine. The right back position is also a position that's a bit weak with Lucas Vazquez. We've talked about this before. He's not really a right back, and he struggles against quality wingers and attackers. You don't really want to waste Valverde and his qualities in the right back position. So right back would be an area to strengthen. And will Trent Alexander-Arnold go to Real Madrid? Is he going to extend his contract at Liverpool? I think time will tell. The right back position, but also a solid playmaker in the midfield, similar to a Toni Kroos profile, could be very, very helpful for Real Madrid, because that is the type of midfielder they're missing at the moment. There is a lot of midfielders on the squad, but that is somebody that Real Madrid could benefit from. That's it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Please share your comments in the comment section below, and I will see you next Monday. Take care.